Today we're going over how to write a college paper. After you've got that rough draft done, which will probably take a little while, it's time to take a little breather, let your mind rest, and then start revising. You want to come to your paper with a set of fresh eyes, so give yourself some time and then reread your piece slowly, maybe read it aloud, and try to find where you've got holes. Make sure that the paragraphs are arranged in a way that makes sense. Just really look for that logical flow. That's something that professors are always looking out for. So make notes of those places. You might want to print this out and actually, with a red pen, mark where you need to go back and work on things, and then go back to your sources and find what you can include, or maybe you even need to take some paragraphs out. Sometimes you've written too much and it just doesn't make sense in the overall picture. Also, it's really important to make sure you are using enough sources. You've done all that research and you've pulled together some great resources, and you want to make sure that you weave them into your story. Don't make it too obvious. Don't just throw in a quotation to say, hey professor, I used a source here, but make sure it fits the flow of your argument and of your main point. Professors really love that, and it should be subtle, not obvious, but it should really support the whole piece altogether. Also, really think about your language. Make sure that the language fits the topic. Make sure that it sounds academic and that your professor will know what you're talking about. And often in classes you're using certain words, certain languages, and you should make sure that that's reflected in your paper. Also, make sure that you keep your audience in mind. Of course, your professor is grading your paper, but think about the other people in your class, other people who might read this down the line, and what they'd like to hear, and make sure that you're keeping in touch with them and keeping it interesting. So this is the time to revise, and this will take many revisions, but start with one read through and make lots of markings of where you can improve your writing.